The Fever GM just exposed insane 2026 salaries for Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexie Hull, numbers so big they could break the entire WNBA economy.
Start out this morning with just a little bit of gratitude. I feel incredibly fortunate to work for this organization. And that really starts with our ownership group.
If you flip on any major sports channel right now, all you'll hear is the usual chatter: playoff seedings, rookie rankings, and whatever daily soap opera the WNBA has cooked up. But if you block out that noise for just a moment and focus on what's happening behind the tinted windows of the Indiana Fever front office, you'll hear something entirely different. You'll hear nothing. Not chaos. Not panic. Silence. The kind of silence that comes right before a weather system spirals into a Category 5 storm. While the rest of the world debates box scores, the Fever executives are quietly circling one date in red ink: the 2026 free agency window. This isn't a routine off-season. This is a fault line event. And the Indiana Fever are preparing to detonate it. Make no mistake, their GM isn't just negotiating contracts. She is laying the foundation for a hostile takeover of the entire league's economy. Rumors suggest that Indiana is clearing cap space so aggressively that the league office is privately wondering whether the Fever found a cheat code. The whispers are the same everywhere. Indiana is preparing to write checks the league has literally never seen before. The strategy revolves around three core pillars: the financial supernova that is Caitlin Clark, the meteoric rise of Lexie Hull, and a potential blockbuster pursuit of the league's favorite antagonist, Sophie Cunningham. The figures being floated are not merely raises. They're paradigm-shifting numbers that could redraw the salary landscape of women's sports entirely. The Fever are no longer acting like a small-market franchise. They're acting like a tech startup right before a trillion-dollar IPO. But to understand how Indiana suddenly became the most dangerous organized, the Fever lacked an enforcer. They lacked someone opponents feared. Which is why the loudest rumor swirling around the 2026 plan is the pursuit of Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham is chaos in sneakers. Trash talker. Physical defender. Floor spacer. Villain. Bodyguard. Menace. She brings a level of psychological warfare that the Fever desperately need. The plan? Overpay. Take her from Phoenix. Insert her into a lineup where Clark orchestrates, Hull spaces, and Cunningham polices the perimeter. Suddenly, trying to cheap shot Clark isn't free anymore. It comes with consequences. This trio, Clark, Hull, Cunningham, resembles the blueprint of the bad boy Pistons or the modern Celtics: high skill blended with high intimidation. And in the WNBA's new financial ecosystem, the Fever believe they can afford all three without sacrificing depth. But there's an invisible hand pushing all of this. Unrivaled. The new 3-on-3 league is offering something revolutionary: ownership, equity, financial freedom. It's a legitimate threat. The Fever aren't just competing with other WNBA teams. They're competing with a startup that can print money. Thus the 2026 strategy becomes not just ambition, it's survival. So how can Indiana afford this nuclear payroll? Simple: the Clark effect. They led the league in home attendance. They broke road attendance records. Their merchandise numbers rivaled NBA franchises. Their TV ratings went ballistic. They are making money, real money, and they're reinvesting it directly back into the roster. Fans are literally funding their rebuild by buying jerseys. If the Fever execute this plan, Clark Supermax, Hull extension, Cunningham acquisition, it will trigger a league-wide firestorm. Salaries will rise overnight. Agents will demand more. Owners will panic. Smaller franchises will feel the pressure. This is a salary arms race. And it all starts with Indiana. The psychology behind leaking these plans is intentional. It sends a message before the first practice even starts. We are coming. The great dynasties in sports always felt inevitable. The Fever want that feeling. They want opponents to see Clark's range, Hull's precision, and Cunningham's fury and feel hopeless before tip-off. But yes, it's a gamble. Injuries could derail everything. Chemistry could implode. The new CBA could slam on a hard cap. Cunningham could be too volatile. But Krauskopf understands something fundamental. The greatest risk in sports is playing it safe. Indiana refuses to waste a generational talent like Clark the way other franchises wasted Luka Doncic early in his career. They won't settle for average. They are betting every chip on the table on 2026. Because for the first time in WNBA history, the future isn't limited by revenue. It's limited only by vision. Clark is the engine. Hull is the accelerator. Cunningham is the armor. Put them together with a cap spike and a billionaire-level media deal, and you're looking at the birth of the first true mega-dynasty in women's sports. The money is coming. The plan is leaked. The targets are locked. All that's left is to sign the checks. The price of power just skyrocketed. And Indiana is sitting at the table with all the aces.